Hi, my name's Aura Walker, and I am a certified hypnotherapist. I thought I would come on and do more videos and talk more about what I do and explain a little bit about what I do because there's so much misconception about what hypnotherapy is. First of all, I am a mental health counselor. I have 29 years of experience in counseling all ages, but I adhere to my own practice that really children over the age of 10 and people over the age of 10, including teens and adults, are capable of making cognitive decisions about cooperative processes. So, with children under the age of 10, I pretty much stick to art therapy as an expressive form of therapy. And I also do art therapy with people above 10 or 10 and older. I wanted to come on and do more videos because it is a little bit more current. It is the sign of the times. And there's just so much to talk about. And I think that it's important to have a voice because for those of us who have studied, who have learned, have become masters in our fields of practicing for many, many years in a field with a lot of experience, I think it's important to share our insights on the internet. Otherwise, there's just one voice that often doesn't have much reason. And we are in a time now that we are seeing the effects of climate change. We can't say global warming anymore because it is misconstrued. And so, what we can see with all of the storms that are happening is that the climate is changing and it's changing radically. And one of the culprits of that, which we're all guilty of, including me, is fossil fuels and buying into the fossil fuel industry, which some of you may know. I started a ban fracking campaign for California in 2010, and by 2012, it had well gotten on its way, and then I passed on the torch to nonprofits because I wasn't getting paid for it. Not that that was my motivation, but I donated a lot of time to it. And pretty much by the time it really took off, there were people whose job it was really to climate watch and to pick up the baton, so to speak. So I had other fish to fry, and I started working with the county pretty much full time in order to get health benefits, as we know that healthcare is a big issue in America in particular. And I work my butt off to have very, very good benefits because as we get older, it becomes more and more important. And I am discovering that for myself as I try to age gracefully. In fact, I am very well aware of the effects of time marching on, so to speak. And, I am no longer 20 or 21. And so I will address all sorts of issues about healthcare, the environment, which is a big topic close to my heart. I have a great love of nature and wildlife and the environment, and I want to see it protected for future generations. There's that saying that a wise man will sit under a tree or care for a tree and enjoy the shade and protect that tree for future generations. I'm sort of bastardizing it, but something to that effect, that we, each of us, have the responsibility to leave something well intact for future generations. And it is actually the most loving act that we can do for our fellow human beings who will come to live on this planet many, many generations from now, including for those of us who have children, our great, 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 great grandchildren. So I am here also to speak about the upcoming election and how it is so fraught, and yet there's so much on the line. There was a Republican senator who I, again, am going to completely not give credit to this gentleman's words, but I was impressed that even though it's not the party that I am part of, that he said that it's really choosing someone who is a good person, although you may not align with their principles and their ideals and their choices in certain ways. Certainly, I have to say that I love all of my Jewish friends and family, and I think that in order to sum it up best, I would say that I condemn the acts of Hitler, of the Holocaust in Germany. I condemn also Netanyahu and what has happened in Gaza. So one Holocaust and one genocide is no better than another. And that does not mean that I don't love my Jewish friends and family and that I don't have respect for the Jewish faith, but it is about humanity. It's not about religion. And I stand very strongly on that. And we see that young people in this country are also taking a stand on that. We cannot raise our children to have ethics and morals and yet expect them to just lay down when someone else is crossing that line. And so, although I do not agree with President Biden's choices to send arms to Israel, I also think that he's definitely a family man. He's a much better person than Donald Trump, I have to say. And this may come back to affect me negatively in the future if there is a dictatorship in this country, and that's what's on the line, and that's what's at risk. And that's why I'm here putting myself on the line and talking about this, because I think that this country is at great risk for having an even bigger police state than what we're seeing with our kids getting beat up on university campuses for just speaking their mind and saying we want an end to genocide and destruction. So I decided that I would start making more videos. I promise that they won't be quite as long. And just to leave you with a little tidbit on hypnosis, it is a brainwave pattern. And by accessing that brainwave pattern under controlled circumstances with cooperation of the client, you can alter old patterns that are outdated and no longer serve that person to any degree, even some negative patterns that may have served the person as a survival mechanism, and that there's no room for that anymore. And they can now develop better coping mechanisms that are healthier and happier. And that's my goal as a hypnotherapist and a mental health counselor. So I leave you with that today. I hope I didn't fumble too much. This is all a little bit of a learning curve for me as well, although I have done videos before. I did get my hair did today, so I thought, it's a good time to do a video. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I just hope that this video will be thought-provoking for you. Thank you so much.